everyone, my name's Becky from Back to Blighty and welcome back to my channel of all things sewing related. Today I've got a haul video for you, so I want to share some fabrics and some patterns that I'll be using throughout next month, and also a little project that's a bit different. I've got a refashion to show you, so I'm going to do that right at the end. So without further ado, let's start by looking at what I'm wearing today. Some of you may recognise this fabric from my last video. It's the lovely floral, I think it's like a gauze. It's very fine and you can see the weave through it, but it's a cotton base and it's really beautiful. And I made the Threaders Dorothea Tea dress. I'll show you the pattern here. There we go. It's not the most flattering of pictures, but I really like the line drawings. And I really wanted to do the sleeves, but I didn't have enough fabric. So it was either flared skirt or sleeves. What won? Well, the flared skirt one. So I shall stand up, give you a little twirl. So here's the ruche detail here, which is really beautiful. The bodice is self-lined, and I inserted an invisible zip at the back. And it's got this lovely V sort of shaped neck with this high collar and some gathers, which I think is really, really pretty. I actually really like the sleeveless version. I sort of think you could wear a little bolero jacket or a cardigan with it, which would be really nice. So I'm kind of hoping that we're going to get some more summer. It's really rainy here in Blighty, so it's not really the dress to wear on a day like today, but hopefully I will get to wear it over the next few weeks while we have a little bit of summer left. So without further ado, let's get on with my plans for August. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of my plans, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I've decided to shop my stash a little bit more than I have been. I have quite a large stash, let's say, substantial, I like to call it, and I've decided that I've got a lot of fabrics in there that I really love. I don't buy fabrics on a whim. I tend not to just think, oh, that will do, that will do. I love a fabric and then I'll buy 1.5 meters if I've got a blouse in mind, or 2.5 meters if I've got a dress in mind, and so on. So I have a thought in my head, but then sometimes I get that fabric and I wash it and I iron it and I put it away, and occasionally I might get it out and stroke it, but it doesn't really get used. So I want to try and start using some of those fabrics that I have in my stash. The first fabric has been in my stash for a little while, and it's this lovely cotton lawn. It's really pretty. It's got these sort of pale pink and green, kind of like berries on it. It's really, really nice, and it's got a really soft feel to it. And with this fabric, I intend to make, over there, the New Look 6704 again. Now, some of you may recognise this from one of my first videos. I made this in a nautical print in a polycotton because it was a wearable twirl and I wanted to check the fit. I really like the fit, didn't really like the fabric very much. It was a little bit scratchy, so it's time I used a really nice fabric, and I just love this colourway. Green and pink is really, really nice. Now, I've been thinking a lot about my makes recently, and what I've noticed is I do love a bold print, but I can't really interchange any garments, you know, because I make a really bold dress, so then I can't wear it with any old cardigan. It has to be a specific colour. So I'm going to try and think a little bit more about what I can wear with what. Now, this fabric is intended to go with an outfit, so I shall show you the other fabric that I've got. Now, this is a recent purchase. I bought this from C&H Fabric. It's a cotton drill and it's really, really lovely and heavyweight. It's got quite a lot of structure to it. Some of you may know, if you follow my blog or on Instagram, that I made a pair of Wearing History home front overalls. They're World War II inspired, so 1940s, which is, as you know, my favourite era. And I wear them to death. They're in a dark blue denim. I wear them all the time, and every weekend I've generally got them on. Now, those dungarees were a bit of a labour of love, but they were so worth it. So I'm going to make them in this lovely olive green khaki sort of colour, and I think you'll agree that they go so nicely together. The green and the pink is going to be just gorgeous. So I'm going to get those done. So I've thought a lot about that. You see how they're mixing, so there might be a bit of a theme coming. But I'm looking forward to making those two projects this month. However, there's a lot of fantastic prints in my stash as well, and you may remember the mermaid dress I made a couple of vlogs ago. I also, at the same time as buying that mermaid fabric, I also bought another Alexander Henry print because I couldn't resist. And it's this safari, sort of Kenyan type print. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at all those animals. It's got nearly jumbos and giraffes and zebras and cheetahs. Everything you could possibly want when you go on safari. So I shall give you a little close-up of that. So you can see that there's some lovely, lovely tones and colours in this fabric. I really like the green, the grassy green, and the pink muted tones. I'd like to make some wrap tops or some cardigans. So if anyone knows any jerseys where I can find them in those sort of colours, I'd be really grateful. Just leave me a comment. But that's my idea. So I'd like to make a dress out of this. I've got a big pleated skirt in mind. I've only got 2.5 metres, so I want to put most of the fabric into that skirt. But I think it's going to be lovely, and summer's not going to be here forever in Blighty. As I said, it's raining today, so who knows if we're going to get any more sunshine. But I'd like to make that before the summer is over, so that's on my plans as well. So the fourth fabric on my things to do list is this lovely cotton. Now, I went into my local fabric shop, the Stitchery in Lewis, a little while ago to buy some red bias binding, and there on the cutting table was this amazing fabric. Look at that. It's a Rowan fabric, it's called Pebble Mosaic, and it's just wonderful. I love everything about it. I love the idea that it can be worn like in the summer, but also in the autumn because of those really rich tones in there. How can you not resist when this is on the cutting table? It's just amazing. You know, for those of you who have a fabric addiction, as I do, how can you walk by? I mean, there was just no hope, but I love it. Now, I only got 2 metres. It was really, really expensive, but I really like the way it's sort of a directional print. So I'm wondering if I can sort of play around with it on the bias for the bodice and then different way for the skirts. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. If you've got any ideas, I'd really like to hear from you. But really love it. So I shall be making something with that this month. Now, my final piece of fabric to show you is in fact something altogether quite different. It's actually a Scuba fabric. Now, I bought this quite some time ago. It's been in my stash a while, and it's got this glorious floral print on it, and I really like the print, but I'm not sure on the actual fabric. I don't know. It's shiny, which I'm not sure about, and also I'm just not sure quite what to make with it. I was going to make a dress. I've got enough there to make a dress. It's quite a wide fabric, but I don't like the feel of it. I don't think I would like that against my skin, especially on the top half. So my thinking is I'm going to make a pencil skirt, and I'm just going to draft it myself. Obviously it's Scuba, so it's got some stretching to it, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But yeah, I'm not sure. The jury's out. I shall make it, but I'm not sure yet. However, again, I'm thinking of these little cardigans in these pinks and greens and things. So you can see there is a bit of a theme. Do you see how that's all coming together? See? Yes, have been thinking about it a little bit more. But yes, so I shall make a pencil skirt out of that and see how that goes. We'll see. I'm not sold on it yet, but I'm open, and I've never sewn anything with Scuba, so I'm quite looking forward to that little challenge this month. So my final project for August is a refashion, and I shall be enlisting Dolly's help, so bear with me, I'll be right back. So my last project is being sported by Dolly here, and it's a dress. Now, some of you may have heard of the big stitch that is being run by the British Heart Foundation, and the idea is that you go along to your local charity shop, you buy something supporting their cause obviously, and then you do a refashion. Now, this was in my local British Heart Foundation shop, and I've got the ticket here. There's the ticket, and it's a size 14, and it's from QED London. I don't know who they are, I haven't googled it, so I'm not really sure. Obviously a size 14 is way too big for me. I'm generally a size 8, so this wouldn't fit me anyway. But this was in the sale, I might add, at £1.49. £1.49. It was £2.99, there you go. Reduced to £1.49. Now, if that's not a bargain, I don't know what is. Now, the reason I bought this dress was because I really like the print around the bottom. Now, you can't really see it because obviously in my little sewing room it's hard to see. So I'm going to lift it up to show you. But it's got like this border print around the bottom, which is really, really gorgeous. Love that. Now, I could take it in, but I don't really do this halter neck style. I haven't found one that suits me very well. I think you've got to have a good chest in order to carry off a halter neck, and I haven't got a lot there, so but also there's some discoloration. Now I have washed this, but this hasn't come out, and you know, it's not pleasant, let's say. So what I intend to do is just literally chop it off and make a nice big skirt out of it. Again, I can be wearing my green jersey cardigan with that, or pink, would look lovely. It is lined, so I'll be using that. And I think what I shall do is I shall try and unpick all this so that I can make a nice deep waistband to go around the top. But I think it's going to look really great. And also I think, you know, we talk a lot about refashion and how people can make some amazing things, but actually sometimes just by cutting a skirt out of a dress can look amazing. So I hope it goes really well. I shall be sharing that with you, but I am looking forward to doing that. And also it's doing a little bit of charity, which is always good in my book. So yeah, so that's it from the sewing room this time. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my plans and my fabrics. Please let me know if you think that there may be a pattern suitable for some of the things that I'm not sure quite what I'm going to make yet. I'd love to hear from you, and I'm looking forward to doing the refashion as well. So thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you next time. That's it from me. Bye.